Hey guys, well, I at least will feature both of you since we know what I look like. Thanks for.
I just tried to move this so the hole in the ceiling isn't showing.
No, please show us the hole in the ceiling. I love it.
It's almost over my bed.
Oh my gosh.
Just fell in one day, the usual.
Hello, friends.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Okay, so this is crazy that you guys are meeting, sort of, right now. Because Wilson, years ago, you added me to the Liturgy Fellowship Facebook group, which was like, oh, I think you'd like this. And it has since changed my life on a lot of levels. But one of them is that Shannon here posted a job ad that I saw and now have that job as a music director.
Cool.
That group was one of the first places we thought of when we needed to find a new music director.
Yeah, that's a good, it's a good bet.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And then Wilson, you've probably heard me talk about him. He was our worship director for the whole time that we lived in California, and then has taught me everything I know about what I do now. And then, and Shannon actually was the music director. Our church says music director. That's why I keep switching languages. But Shannon, you had the job before I did. So you have prepped me a lot for this particular congregation.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, anyway, we're not here for that. We're here for album-y things. Thank you guys for signing on. So we're recording, and I think we'll just have a casual chat. We're all busy people. Thank you so much for fitting this in. And actually, I think it's symbolic that we have to squeeze this in the cracks because that's how everything else happened around this project too, right?
I was just thinking that as I was scrambling to make some coffee and running around, I was like, that's totally, you just fit it in where you can.
Yeah. Shannon, you have concert season. Shannon's the concert master of the Menominee Falls Orchestra, and you have a big concert season.
Today, a matinee with Wisconsin Phil. So a middle of the day concert, 2 p.m.
Oh my gosh, that's today?
Yeah.
Thank you for fitting this in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Shannon's amazing. She played violin on the album, and we knocked all of it out in one night. 3 very complicated songs. Silent Night in particular is very complicated. You have to still hear it, Wilson. And cello and violin, we did 7 to almost 2 a.m.
Can we say one night? Do we have to say it's 2 days since it went to 2 a.m.?
2 days, one session.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's trippy. Thank you for fitting it in. And Wilson, you've got 4 little boys now, which is crazy. I think you texted me back. Sure, I can do it. I'm like, you probably have a newborn, but do you want to do this project? And you're like, yeah, we have a 3-day-old. Sure, I'll do it. Yeah. So, how is it fitting the recording process into your life, Wilson?
Yeah, it's very much wherever it fits.
Yeah.
We right when you were in Nashville, actually, my wife and all our kids were out of town. So I had a little window of a house that could be reasonably quiet-ish and a little bit of extra time, which does not normally happen. So
amazing.
It's kind of aligned that way.
Yeah.
So it kind of took a couple nights of setting up blanket forts in my music room and trying to get a clean sound. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of those times, I remember you sent a video of your neighbor kindly mowing his lawn.
Yeah, I just got everything set up, and I'm headphones on, and I'm like, what is that sound? And look out the window, and it just had started up, the leaf blowers and okay.
It's going a little too perfectly till that point.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man. So Wilson here produced and recorded and mixed and mastered and played on my volume 1 of Carol's Retuned, which is super fun. And we did that at our church, where there was also construction going on next door and lots of beeping.
But more blanket forts. Yep.
More blanket forts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty cool. That's part of the story here. It's kind of the beginning of things. And Shannon, in the process of trying to have the church hire me, that was actually kind of a cool. Like, she has music. We should listen to it. And anyway, it was kind of, you guys have been connected that way too. But yeah, I mean, there's so many. We don't have a lot of time. There's so many things we could talk about. But I would love to hear, I guess, about the process for each of you. Maybe Wilson, what it was like last time versus this time, some differences. A huge one is that you didn't have to produce it this time.
Yep.
But
That was nice.
Yeah, some differences
Extra
there.
time, I could say. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, yeah. So this time, all I had to do was just try to get the cleanest sounds that I could, and do the performance, and then just send the stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like last time it was a little bit of the production and the arranging / performing was like simultaneous. So
True.
I could send stuff out and like sort of process it a little bit and get feedback, and then be like, oh, we should do this like voicing, or have this counterpart instead, adding stuff. And so it was much quicker this time, because once I figured out, I sent you a few options and figured out the where we wanted the guitar to sit. Then I just had to like be able to do it without messing up. Yeah.
Right. Yes. And then you could play in the blanket forts instead of continuing to use them. You're like, I have all this extra time.
Yeah. Save them.
Yeah.
Awesome. So one thing that was amusing, I have a couple little just screenshots to pull up. What's wild about this particular project is all of the, I have a hard time moving stuff. Well, I'll just talk while I do it. All of the people, places, and things involved in the recording process here. We've got North Carolina. Wilson did his guitar stuff. I did MIDI piano in my basement in Wisconsin. Vocals in Tennessee. Tressa recorded her vocals in her closet in Madison, Wisconsin, and Shannon and Raiden did a strings night in
With popcorn.
Milwaukee. What's that?
With popcorn.
With popcorn. I brought so much cheddar popcorn.
I'm so glad you did.
Yeah. And some granola bars, called it your birthday cake.
Yeah.
Kind of tacky, but
Close enough.
yeah. So Shannon, you had played on one album before this, right? So what was it like playing on a second one? How was it different or similar?
I don't have much recording experience for albums, and I think the big difference is it was actually less pressure in the sense it's not, I'm so used to the live performances, and there's all that pressure in that one moment.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of freeing in that sense. But also even in the way that I approach, it was really helpful. The three of us, so you had already laid your piano tracks at that point, but Olivia played the piano along with Raiden and I to really give us the feel, because all I had was my own part. So really understanding that. So we spent a good amount of time playing through the music before we even got the sound equipment set up.
Right.
And that was really helpful. And then I even got to sit/lay there as Raiden was recording his cello stuff. Yeah. And then finally it was my turn. And even things like, I should have thought of this ahead of time, but like even like tricky double stop passages, like we would record it twice. First the top line, then the second, and then the bottom. And so it's just a total different way of thinking about it, or just what you can do after the sound is out there in space. And then
absolutely.
Totally different.
Because the final product is not necessarily how it sounds in the room that night. It's kind of like the producer's job to then say, how can I take all these pieces and then make something, that's the final kind of artistic touch. So that's true. In fact, I have a little clip of this is actually, Wilson, you were not on this song, but the intro to Silent Night. It's kind of like a French, kind of like my old quartet, Wilson, the French quartet. It's similar to that. And this is us at our church.
Can you hear it, Wilson?
I can't.
I can't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard like the first little squeak at the beginning, and then.
Oh, that's all you did was squeak. It sounds great.
I told you you can work magic in a studio.
Yes. Well, I think it's on my end, and that will mean it makes it into the recording, I hope. But yeah, stuff like that, right? Getting into the vibe. I can't kind of like, you might count off before you play a piece, or you might like do some laps before you, I don't know. I don't know much about other things than music, so I'm making up analogies I don't understand. But yeah, so it was helpful to run the music and be like, okay, we're in that perfect mood right now. Let's record. Yeah. And, you know, kind of have even some like throwaway takes, which are helpful.
And even when recording, which pieces are the most helpful to have in my ears, that you can adjust that.
Right. Yes.
Certain parts just blasting for me helps.
Yeah.
Kind of locked into what we're trying to do.
Yes. That's true. That's true. That's awesome. So just kind of the process that we went through here, I have the score that, so Wilson, you play guitar, but a lot of, you also read music really well. Those shouldn't be opposites, but sometimes they are. So
you play guitar, but
you're also a musician. This is the score, everyone. So I don't have a playback on here, but so Wilson looked at this while recording his guitar part, and then kind of having like an ear or imagination for what these parts would actually sound like. Actually, I sent you kind of a MIDI, like a software instrument thing, right? You could hear.
Yeah.
And for everyone who works with music software stuff, you know that when you press vocal sound, or you select vocal sound, it's often really terrible. Like, yeah. So I like to go with vibraphone, but then that threw part of the process was you're like, I just can't separate this get this vibraphone. I don't know how to phrase nuances hearing vibraphone as my example, right? So then, did I sing it or record piano? Did something.
I think you ended up singing, like doing like a rough up singing thing. Yeah, because I was trying to parse out vocal parts with the vibraphone.
Sorry, Shannon, just for a sec.
No, it was funny because he said rough twice. He made a rough vocal.
Oh, I apologize for something you did not know. I just moved the camera onto the two of us since we're talking right now. So you're not in the screen. You can make silly faces. Yeah, so sent you over a rough part. Yeah, I think not even in the right key. I was like, here's how I would sing it in my key.
Right.
Have fun practicing with it.
Yeah.
You can sing at a tritone interval, can't you?
Right. I was parsing the 2 parts out, 3 parts sometimes, and then transposing. I was like, my brain's not working right now. I need it.
Like, and it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was helpful. So once I got that, then it was like made a lot more sense, and I could kind of take it from there.
Right. And so another thing that I sent to Wilson here is just this recording of me badly playing his part. It's kind of motivation to like make this better, please. That's enough. So that was kind of like, here's the spirit of what I'm trying to do. Can you make it great since you do play guitar? Yeah. So that's a little bit of the process with that. And then let's see. You did not have the strings in your ear, Wilson, because we needed your guitar to be kind of like the foundation. Right. But then you needed to write sort of a harmony part on guitar to piano, so then I sent you piano first, which was interesting. Yep. I was thinking this was going to be more of a guitar-led song. It still is, but I had Robbie and my brother in the studio. You guys know who he is. Anyone else who doesn't know, turn up guitar. I'm like, piano's supposed to be kind of more background, so turn it up. He did, and it didn't sound good because I think the riff that I wrote ended up feeling like the melody, and so your part then with that movement, was harmony. Yeah, right. Which was a challenge to throw at you to be like, here's a complete part. Good luck finding something new. But you did really well, but it sounded more like harmony. So we kind of had to make piano and guitar end up being the same volume. Yeah. So that was kind of the first thing. Vocals, I don't even know how to describe the timing of all the different vocals. But Shannon, when you did your string parts, what did we have in your ears?
A lot. yeah, that made it really, really nice for me to just kind of layer on top and to already know what's going on, because it was already going on before I joined in and put the little icing on.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like when you try to record in a weird order, there's like the hesitation of, I'm going to overplay because I don't know what else is supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you kind of have more confidence to be like, confidence, everyone's doing their thing, I'm just going to add on to this now.
Yeah, I kind of had to trust that what was going on was what was going on, even though it wasn't exactly what I was hearing in my ear.
Yeah. So wild. Yeah. So then the last step in the process here was my good friend Tressa, who is in Madison, drove up to her house, and this is her sweet little living room. Oh, you guys can't hear this.
Come with me. We will sing merrily.
So this is us kind of, again, what Shannon mentioned, rehearsing before recording, kind of getting it in our ears, getting it in the air, and then saying, okay, I think we're ready. So pretty wild job that Robbie had in the studio to take 3 vocal parts from 3 different mics, 3 different states, 3 different times of day, moods, everything, and say, let's map these out. I think he did a great job with the 3-part harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that wants to put out an album, make sure that if you have 3-part harmony, that you guys are not together in the same room, can never rehearse it, and never hear the nuances of vocal tone. No, it worked out. Yeah. Anything else either of you feel like sharing as part of the process that you think would be interesting to hear about?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at Wilson. He looks like he's thinking.
I was thinking. I think it was, having worked on the last one too. It was part of the arranging for the guitar was like kind of channeling that mode that we were in
right
when we recorded the first one, and try to access that vibe.
Yes.
Again, be like, there's like this sort of finger picky and then strummy, but like glued together shapes that all mesh well, and just stylistically, like it was fun to like revisit that world. When I play guitar a lot live or leading worship, it's very it has to be very punchy and forward and rhythmic, and so was trying to remember how do you let other people do things good.
Right, which is I guess another example of kind of what Shannon was saying with like the live performance versus studio. So for you, Shannon, it's how do I perform this classical music powerfully the first time? This is the moment that matters. And for you, Wilson, leading worship, but then the studio, this is just like one part of the process. One thing that's interesting for me now, being a worship leader in a world where most women sing higher than me, which has always been true.
Except me.
That's true. Oh my gosh, Shannon and I are in the same range. Like, let's hit that low D. No, I can't go above A. So, one thing that's interesting is I very regularly have to sing higher than I'm comfortable, and have learned how to do that, hopefully decently, with like head voice and mic movement and stuff. But it was really cool to just be able to write music that was designed for me to sing it, to sit right in a range that you're comfortable.
You just have to write it yourself.
Yeah, that's the solution.
I do have one thing to share, just how special it is that your first album has become just a favorite of my family. And we are 4 people who have, I'd say, very different musical tastes. And 2 of us are 5 and 8 years old. And your songs are a win, where we all love it. And especially Joy to the World is just so special for us when we're driving in the car.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And to be able to be a part of this album is just full circle. Perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to know. Great to hear. Very, very cool. I love it. Yeah, full circle in a lot of ways. I'm glad the 2 of you are finally connecting. Next time we'll get Tressa on here. Yeah, amazing. Well, I wish we could keep chatting all day, but I think that might be a good place to wrap up. And yep, thank you both for all your time and talent, and grateful to call you both good musicians and good friends. So
thanks so much.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Wilson. Thanks, Olivia.
okay,
Talk
take
soon.
care, you guys. Bye.
Bye.